Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video, I'll be showing you how to get started with Firebase and Flutter. So in the last playlist I've already made, we made a full stack Flutter app. But since then, Firebase has had an update and so has Flutter. So it's now easier to set up and yeah. Also, in that application, we made a post application so everybody can see whatever you type. But in this app, what we're going to be doing is so that only that you can see what you have made. So this is going to be a note application and the GitHub repo will be in the link in the description. So let's get started. So if you don't know what Flutter is basically a UI toolkit that helps us build beautiful mobile, web or desktop applications. So you can install it by just clicking here on Get Started, choosing your operating system, and then you can install it. Now there's a website called firebase.flutter.dev, and over here what you can do is click on Get Started, and in the overview you can scroll down and follow these instructions. So there is no need to add a Google Services JSON now. So let's start by creating our Firebase project. So we'll click on Add Project and I'm going to call this Flutter Full Stack. And click on Continue, and again enable Google Analytics, that's fine, click on Continue. The default account for Firebase, let's click on Create Account. This should create our Firebase project. Now what we're going to be doing is opening up our editor and creating a new Flutter project. So let me go New Project and Application, and I'm going to choose the apps folder and call it Flutter Full Course. And later, I'm also going to be creating a course on Flutter without Firebase. So if you're watching this later, then you can also find that. Okay. Now we are not going to run it yet because I want the Firebase project, so it should be done. So we can click on Continue. And yeah, we don't need to do anything now. Now what we want to do is install Node.js. So we can come here and download it. So I already have it installed. Then what you want to do is come here in your terminal and go npm install -g, and you want to run Firebase Tools. Press enter. This will install the Firebase Tools package for us. This will be required. Now you might say that npm is a JavaScript package manager. Why does Dart require it? And you'll see soon. So I'm going to let that install and it should be done. Next, you should have Flutter installed, right? So what you can do is click on write dart pub global activate Flutter CLI. So I'm going to wait for this to install. And in a new terminal, what I'm going to do is write in dart pub global activate Flutterfire CLI. So this will allow us to set it up easily, and this is why this thing requires the thing we are using here, Firebase Tools, because we require the Firebase CLI. Now you can see we have 25 on. We can just run npm audit fix -force, and it requires a package lock, so we can do that later. So that's it. So now that that's done, we can run Flutterfire. Now you can see. Now this has to be done in a Flutter project. If you don't have a Flutter project, this won't work. For example, if I open up my terminal and run Flutterfire, this will say it will require to be a Flutter application project. Now over here, we're going to run Flutterfire configure. And I've already logged in, so I don't need to log in. But if you have not been logged in, you will be asked to log in, and then we can see all our data projects, Firebase projects, I'm going to choose Flutter Full Stack and press enter. You can choose the app that it should create. One thing I'm going to do before this is come to my Android app, build Gradle, and I'm going to scroll down over here and change the application ID to be com.coding1101, not Flutter Full Course, but you can keep it at .example. If you're using Android Studio, there's an option to change this, but in VS Code you can change it like here. Okay, in the iOS it's the same thing. Now if we run this again, Flutterfire configure, this will fetch all our build. So I'm going to choose learn Flutter Full Stack, because here you can see our project's name is Flutter Full Stack. So we'll press enter. I'm going to go for Android and press enter. And we should just set it up. So you can see com.coding1101.Flutter Full Course. And this will automatically, this doesn't require Google services.json file. You'll see, because we will have a Firebase options file. Now in .gitignore, what you want to do is come here and go lib/Firebase options.dart. This is because you do not want to publish this when you go for a GitHub thing. That's because this will contain all your Firebase project details. After this is done, you can see we have a couple of errors, and that's because we do not have the current libraries we require. So what you can do is run add dependency in the command palette, and this is now a built-in feature of the Dart extension in VS Code. We can press enter, and first one is going to be Firebase Core. So it's going to be Firebase Core, Firebase Auth, and Cloud Firestore. So we'll add another dependency called Cloud Firestore and Firebase Auth, Firebase Auth, and press enter. So now that that's done, we have no errors, and let's run this application. So now this will ask me an option. I'm going to choose here, and there'll be an option over here called uncaught exceptions. You cannot see this, but there will be when you come to the run and debug tool. I'm going to choose that because I do not want to see a breakpoint when I have this. Now this is giving me an error. This might give you an error if you're using Android. That's because Flutter has not yet updated to the latest Gradle version, and it's going to update it soon. So this will be a warning. It's not exactly an error, so nothing really happens. So I'm going to wait for this to finish, and I'll be back when this is done. Okay, so I got an error, and that's because it says over here that the min SDK version is 19. Okay, so what we actually need to do is come to the build Gradle and come here and see over here we'll have a min SDK version. Yeah, Flutter min it should be 21. That's because Firebase is only supported from 21, and this version was released in 2015. And so let me run this again. So I'm again going to be back when this is done. Okay, so this is done, and I'm going to clear this. So you can see we can here and we can press these buttons to add this. So what I'm just going to do for the last thing in this video is clean this application up. So for the title, I'm going to change this to be Flutter Full Stack. Save this, nothing happens. Then we are going to remove all the comments. And let me remove this theme data. And what I'm going to do is remove my homepage class. And then over here, we are just going to return a container, which won't be a constant. And we'll remove the title option. like that, and that's it. You can see this, and in material app we are going to remove this banner, debug banner, and that should be done. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, be sure to like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.